In this tutorial, we're going to create a newsletter. We're going to use a header for the title of our newsletter, and we're going to use a table to create the columns for the content. With a new Google Doc open, we're going to insert a header. Inside the header, we want the title. So we're going to use WordArt. To get to our WordArt, we're going to insert a drawing. In the actions, we'll go to WordArt. The title of our newsletter will be NFL Today. From here, we can decorate it a little. So we might use a dark green. We'll change the font. Change the weight a little. You can do with it as you choose. I'm just going to say this is close enough for me. So we say save and close, and it goes into our header. Now if this is a little too large, we can click on it. Remember, it's an object, and we can just grab the handles and resize it. It's an inline object, which is left justified, so we can center it if we'd like. We can leave it left. We're going to leave it left for the moment and insert into the header an image. So I'm going to go to the Insert, Image, and I'm going to search for an NFL image. Now, for the time's sake, we'll just take this one. That'll be fine. Select it, and it appears. And it's larger than we need it to be. So again, we can just grab the handles and resize it. Remember that in Google Docs, an image comes in as an inline, meaning just like it was another piece of text, we can do wrap the text or break the text. We're going to wrap the text so that we can scooch it over a little bit, maybe make it look a little better. Another thing we can do with it is if I right click on it, I can crop my image. And when I crop my image, I can get rid of a little bit of this gray space on the right hand side or the left hand side, like so. Also, I'd like it to, I'll just click off of it so you see what it looks like. Another thing I'd like to do it that I would like it to have a border. So if I right click on it, or I can just click on it, and I select the line weight size, and if I put a 3-point black line around it, it gives it a little more, stands out a little more. I can still create this, whatever. And you can spend all the time you like making your title as fancy as you want. Now, this is in the header. Obviously, the rest of it is going to go in the body of the text. So if I click below the header, now I'm going to go and put my columns in to put in my articles. So we're going to go and insert, we'll go to a table and insert a table, and we're going to have 2 columns. Now this is just going to be a 1-page newsletter. I've just went and got some articles off the internet for us. And so now we're going to fill our table. Before we do this, I just want to check our margins. And so we're going to go to the File, Page Setup, and you'll see that you have a 1/2 inch all the way around, which is just fine. Portrait setting. If this wasn't going to be printed, you could even make a different page color. But this is perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're just going to go get the text from our content document, copy it, which is a Control-C, come over into the table and paste it. We'll take the next one and we'll copy it. And let's say we're going to put this in the second column and I'll paste it. Again, take this one, copy it, press a return or two, and paste it. Now, this is enough for the moment. The next thing we want to do is we want to look at our columns. We are going to resize our titles. They're size 10, same size as the content, so we're just going to make them all the size 11. And we'll make this an 11. If you don't like the way that Kirk Cousins' name is separated, you can even scooch it a little bit, or maybe a little to this side, so that hopefully the Cousins, there we go. So you can adjust this as you so choose. And we have one more. Change it to size 11. Next, we're going to take and put our pictures in. So again, we select the object, we copy it, and for the purposes, we'll just put it down here, paste it, and we'll look at it, and we want it to wrap the text. Once you click on it, you'll get those options. And so I think we'll just move it right up here. Perfect. If you right click on it again, or once you have it selected, you can change the width to give it a border. We'll go get the picture of Mr. Cousins, copy it, paste it, make it wrap text, slide it in over here, change the width so it has a border, and we have one more for Mr. Peterson. I think we'll go get rid of this extra space here. If you go too far, click your undo. Maybe we'll put it down here. Select, copy, paste, make sure it's wrap text. And again, we can resize any of these so that they'll fit. If it goes too far, it will go down. It doesn't wrap around. So that is one of the issues with using a table. A little bit of adjusting here. All right, all we're missing the citation. I don't want to not have the citation. So maybe I will shorten this up a little. Give us a little more space. Maybe the citation will come up. There we go. All right. Now we have our three pictures and the rest of our information. Notice that because we have a second page, we have a header. There's your header. If I select and delete, We'll get rid of it here. All right. One last thing. We have a hole here, so we thought we could put in a picture. Copy it. Paste it. Again, resize it so it fits the column. Add the text wrap. Now, notice how it seems like it goes behind, which is not a problem. You just have to scooch it over and it'll come back. And then you can also add your caption. Bring it even below. And add your caption. Copy it. Notice that your cursor is up here. If I just keep pressing my return until it gets down where it belongs. And paste it in. Now, a couple things. One of the things is, obviously I don't think we want to have those black lines around it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to your table settings, table properties. So make sure that you're clicked in the table. We'll go up here to your table properties. And here's where you have your border. Now if we make it a clear border, a white border, you won't see it. We can also add a little space between our borders by giving it maybe a 1.5 border. And then it looks like this. Once you have your newsletter done, you can give it a title. And this is my newsletter. Other things that you can add to this that are quite effective is if you press your return, you can insert the date. A date and a time if you'd like to add this to your on like a volume. This could be volume 101 and or put your date ahead of it or behind it. So it's whatever you'd like to add to your newsletter. Once you're finished, put it in your Share with Me folder so I can see it. Dress it up however you'd like. One extra thing I'd like to show you is if you'd like to remove, these are where the article has been cited. You always want to cite your sources. If you click on it, you can remove the link. So, good luck, have fun, make a newsletter.